If you're tuning in, thank you for watching. This is The Shade's Tale. It is a 2nd edition Ironclaw actual play adventure. And we are joined by an intrepid group of furries trekking across a fantasy land, questing for glory and justice and loot, and adventure and honor, and gangs of irregulars. And before we get started, we're going to do a recap, and then we're going to introduce our player characters, and then we're going to jump into it. So, last time on The Shade's Tale, yep, just totally closed my recap. There we go. Okay. Last time on The Shade's Tale, the party was meeting with a group of mists, the blessed ones who are at the top of the Doloro religious hierarchy. They were trying to cross through an area of holy ground, the sacred grove. However, Connor was involved in an assassination attempt on them, and they did not take kindly to that. Also, now they are in league with the goblins, the Fian, who are scary raven wolves, and the raven wolves said that Connor would not be allowed to pass, so the party decided to go and speak with the mists and plead their case. And you guys successfully did. You convinced the mists that you had atoned for your past sins, and that you would, well, in Connor's case, try to redeem his honor by delivering a truce proposal to the Archduke of the Avoirdupois, one that stated that the Avoirdupois would no longer trespass in Sacred Grove territory, and if they could do that, then the goblins would only be used as a defensive force and not as raiders on their encampments. Armed with this treaty, you guys continued your trek. Colette decided that she wanted to go seek Harmon out in the Goblin Lands. However, you convinced her to continue with you to Harmony, because that was what your goal stated. So you guys crossed through the lands north towards the town of Harmony. You came across a slaughtered unit of Avoirdupois soldiers, and it was very clear that goblins were the culprits. So these were not idle threats. There was only one survivor in the group, an old infirmed gray fox named Sicurio Parisi, and you saved his life. He is a noble turned businessman, still a noble, but apparently hoping to atone for his sins at the Harmony Abbey. On your trek north, you also heard rumors that the river has been closed down for transit. There are Doloro soldiers who rain arrows on any craft that comes too close. And you learned that the Children of the Shade, a group of rebellious, a rebel faction trying to overthrow the Jakoba throne, have been captured by royal guards and taken to Three Corners Fort for interrogation, which probably won't go very well for them. At this point, you guys recalled that Harmon had the Rinaldi heirloom sword that the Children of the Shade were so interested in, which means that it likely rests somewhere in the Goblin Lands. You guys reach Harmony. You did some shopping and recouping. Colette returns to the Abbey, where she is treated as an enemy spy and thrown in chains yet again. You hear that she is to be tried as a traitor in 2 days' time, and you set about making a defense for her. At her trial, Adris and Connor both attempt to spread harmful rumors about the Duke who is bringing these charges up, and also generally about the corruption in the church. On the day of the trial, you make a strong case against the prosecution and just barely turn the trial in your favor, and Colette is released. At which point you decide, I don't know, that's not really a point. At some point, you guys decided that you might want to go back to search for the Goblin Sword, but you still have business in Avoirdupois Lands as well. It's really up to you how you want to play it. So, having said all of that, we'll do introductions. I'm Red Rabbit. I will be your game host for this morning. We'll go around and have everyone talk about their goals, their mottos, and their characters' personalities. And we'll start out with Theta.
Yeah, playing Adrisgar, Gorilla Dilettante, Bald Rake, leader of the Achromic Gang. Personality is proud. Motto is by strength and guile. I have the goals of deliver the Blessed Scroll and recover the Rinaldi sword. And just to clarify something I said at the end of last session and has changed, I said I was buying Cosmopolitan. I have instead bought Haggler or Haggling.
Oh, okay, cool. Excellent. Okay. Next up, we've got Arcloid.
Hello, I am Arcloid. I play Connor Lever de Ekravis, the Brazen Raccoon Knight. His motto is one hand washes the other, and he also has the goals of deliver the Blessed Scroll to the Archduke of Avoirdupois and to recover the Rinaldi sword.
Cool. Okay, and we've got Griffin.
Hey everybody, I'm Griffin. I'm playing the Anonymous Doctor. First, do no harm, second, get paid. I have sold back a lot of gifts, including a number of insider and local knowledges, and Mystic, in order to increase my career.
Nice.
And get resolve. I am now rolling 3d12 on the laser beam. Look out, world.
Oh, Christ. Okay. So you're just
Literally.
a tank at this point. Yeah, literally.
He's the DPSer.
Yeah, the DPS
I'm
and
both.
untouchable.
Well, I mean, he's not the glass cannon because he's wearing plate mail.
That's what I was gonna say. Like usually,
Armadillo, glass cannon, it is to laugh.
Well, welcome to Ironclaw. We don't believe in glass cannon.
no. All right, and yeah, let's also introduce Rafferty.
Yep. Speaking of glass cannons, hello world. I'm Rafferty he him, and I'm playing Anushka, the Microbat messenger with the body of D4 and the one layer of armor. Yeah, my motto is no fear and serve with joy. And I am not buying any upgrades right now.
Okay.
I'm pretty awesome as I am.
Cool. Okay. Well, no judgment. I did have a question, which is something I could look up, but we're playing with the game designer, so I'm just going to ask you instead because I'm lazy and I did not get enough sleep. I was trying to remember, does this game, your traits and abilities and skills, what's the upper limit on how high they can go? Does it cap at a D12 or does it do that thing where it wraps around?
Traits cap at a D12. There is no specific provision for buying them above D12. Skills, however, are unlimited. Skills wrap around.
Gotcha. So after you have a D12, your next mark will give you an additional D4, so you'll be rolling 2 dice.
As some people pointed out, that doesn't sound that great, but we also say, well, yes, but there's also a flat cost. So instead of like making it cost more and more points each time, it's like, yeah, it wraps around. Going from a D12 to D12, D4 isn't that great, but it's built in. It's like, it's still more, so shut up.
It's still more, and you're not paying more for it, right? So you
an extra
could get it back
D4
up.
can make a difference.
It can. Also, I mean, if you're talking about cases where you are trying to... Sorry. If you're talking about cases where you're going to rote, right? That extra die,
that's
more
part
dice
of the
is
reason
better.
that rule is in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
So you can buy skills. I'm a little surprised nobody here has built the 2d12 melee build yet.
Right? I mean, Harmon didn't need it.
And Harmon had 5 D12s natural.
Yeah.
You guys have a tendency to spread out like that, but it is possible just plow all your points.
Well, you saw Harmon lost with 5 D12s too, so...
Well, it's another facet of Ironclaw. Because you're rolling dice, you could always roll low.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Really, just a matter of where we're specializing.
If I can lose with 5 D12, I can lose with 2 D12 in more situations. So,
Yeah.
more D12s, but better D12s.
Yeah,
I was thinking...
Not
I could roll 5 D12s for academics.
So yeah, yeah, but the traits max out. But since you can buy an infinite number of careers, it's not that big of a...
I'm thinking of wrapping my melee around again to a D12, D4, especially since I still need knack for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Me, I'm not even a glass cannon anymore. I literally do nothing in combat. And I'm wearing 1 layer of armor as well.
I'm this deadly, and I haven't put a lot of points in melee combat yet. So, But I think about it every day.
I
But
mean,
then again, I think about Anushka, that even though she's an adventurer, that I look around at the carnage that's around me. What kind of person have I become?
I gave myself the I gave myself the motto of by strength and guile. But that's my own little way of just saying, let's you and him fight.
Oh yeah, I'm totally down with that. And now we can argue about how much it's worth.
Well, I can.
Well, how do you put a price on life?
I don't know, value of fertilizer?
90 dinar per slave for life.
There you go. 5,000.
Well, I have to say, as the local priest, taking even one soul is a crime against the light, so you'd be a fool to stop now.
Oh, you're one of the anti-slavery people? Welcome to Ironclaw, the characters debate with their slavery. Oh
gosh.
Let's just get dark, guys. Just dark all the way.
Yeah, we haven't even really started. We're already getting dark.
Well, so
Cruel world.
yeah. In fact, let me look at my goal list here. What we officially have. Okay.
Well, we should head to Shalon Day, which I pronounced completely correctly.
Absolutely.
We have officially finished with returning Colette to the monastery, right? Or we still haven't dropped her off?
No, we've done that. We finished.
No,
she is safe now.
She has been dropped off, then imprisoned, accused of treason, cleared of charges.
That whole rigmarole wrap that up. But we haven't delivered the scroll yet.
Yeah, that's what I said. We need to head to Shalon.
Indeed.
The capital.
Oh, yeah, that's where we got to go there. All right.
Yeah. Head and trek into Shalon.
It's the least esoteric of our current goals.
So having lost the sword, the gift sword, it still sounds like there's an actual challenge to Jakoba and De La Vega. That there's a grassroots challenge to it. That we could go liberate. We could go to Three Corners and liberate those folks.
They'll break them from.
At this point, I don't doubt that we could.
Oh, I doubt it. Because it's funny, because even though you just said, oh, well, I've got 3d12 of my lightning, your lightning is weak. So, the idea of maybe we could just blow a hole in the wall, your lightning is so terrible at blowing holes through walls.
Oh yeah, no, this isn't like we're playing Myriad Song and I have like a leitmotif. It's like, yeah, I'll eventually warp through it.
You can, but the walls get double. They have like 6 points of soak before you even get started.
Right, no, we'd want some kind of wizard for destroy walls. This is for pass judgment on everybody.
Maybe it's because I'm the minor noble of the House Triskellion here, but maybe let's not do that.
We could install you.
No. I don't want to be the leader.
I know some good bandits.
You don't want to be the king.
No. Who wants to be the king?
Well, you realize if you were the king, you'd have access to all the money and none of the debt because you're not a Rinaldi.
You know what they say, as I heard on the streets of Triskellion as a kid, more money, more problems.
Mm-hmm.
You're the
so your city also had that.
No, but seriously, you become the king, people want to kill you, there's fights, you have to deal with social engagements. It's all horrible.
It's more trouble than it's worth.
I do also love the idea of starting character, but also only 3 authority nobilities.
Okay.
There's also the whole political background of it. If you start fighting with Triskellion and you're representing Avadopal, that's gonna incense everybody else that's also allied to Triskellion.
Get an ally who is the rightful heir or something, and then stack gifts on them to increase their authority.
So the act of you guys
and then they travel around with us.
The act of you guys attacking Triskellion might actually bring the Bisclave into the fight, and not on your side.
If I recall the story right, the Bisclave were already planning to be a part of the fight.
But they're not currently, and also, everyone's taken the knee, essentially, to the authority of Triskellion, so... Even if
Speaking
it's,
of-
by the way, you're muted, Raf.
Well, we don't know that. They could be importing cannons and mercenaries at this very moment.
Right. I'm just saying at the moment it's a one-on-one sided fight, and if you attack Triskellion, that's going to assassinate Franz Ferdinand, basically. You're gonna bring other people in. No one's gonna sit on this.
Right, but it was months ago that I remember getting the information that they planned to do a naval assault at some point.
At this point, yes. I don't know if it was fully months, but it has been at least a month and change. It's hard to keep track of these things when it's like when you're playing weekly sessions, but you guys have been trekking through the mountains and trekking all over the place. Probably 2 months since you last were at in the Bisclavre lands.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why our next campaign, I'll be keeping a detailed calendar.
Funny how it's just been eternally spring all year, hasn't it?
Right? I mean, you've trekked through some different biomes. By my reckoning, it should be probably like autumn now. The last time that I think we pegged down a specific date was during a festival. That was a summer festival, and that was when there was a tournament in Shalon that you guys participated in.
Yeah,
and that was
make
a
lot of
while
sense.
ago now. So yeah. So we'll assume it's autumn time across Calabria. So yeah. Okay then. So Shalon is a target. Potentially Triskellion is a target. You really don't have a lot of information on. By I say Triskellion, I mean Three Corners Fort. But
Well, we have to deliver the blessed thing, so
okay.
we have
So
to
that's
go to the
first
capital.
then.
I mean, it's literally, you can see already drawn on the map. On our arrow was the
Yeah.
next thing was going to go there.
Yep. Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Do we all have the sailing gift now since we've been given it by a goal?
No.
I
Damn.
don't. Oh, I still have knack for vehicles and some vehicle dice.
I wasn't a character when you guys got that, so
Right.
Yeah, same here. Or was I? I don't know.
I think you were.
You were.
Yeah.
Was that must have been after you guys crashed the boat very early in our adventure.
Right, so I think sailing got sold back, but I do have general vehicle ability. I never got swimming, though.
What is Connor thinking?
Well, I was thinking of going to Moulin à Vent and sailing Lake Aube southeast to Chalon-sur-Saudry.
We've already done that at least once before to get to the island in the center of Lake Abe.
It's true.
Yeah, Necromancer Isle.
Well, I suppose we're off to Shalon, unless we're doing something else.
Right, one way or another, we plan to get there.
Well, and
Yeah.
pointedly, we wouldn't need the gift if we were hiring a boat. The boat guy would just do it.
Right.
True. It's true. You could just. I'm looking up the price for boats, but yes, you could just rent a ferry. I think it's like a denarii, 2 denarii a day, depending on the quality. Probably like a denarii for a cheap ass lake ferry.
Well, a denarii would be the ferryman's entire daily wage. So probably per person.
Well, depending on his skill.
True.
Yeah, I think if you have a ferry, right, you want to charge per person. It's like having a toll.
The only ferryman
So-
we could find was a legendary ferryman.
Yeah. I guess this would be the reason this would matter at this point is you guys tend to carry a lot of hangers on. So and it's the start of a new session. We're actually starting a session in a relatively safe space. So I think this would be a good time to reroll your irregulars if you want to take irregulars.
I've still got mine from last time, because nothing's happened.
I guess. Yeah, okay, I guess.
These are
nothing's
to see if
happened
they
to them.
got bored, I guess.
Right. You could also dismiss them. If you want a ferry, you're going to have to pay for them too. That's ultimately what's up.
Yeah, we
Right,
did
but
spend
usually
last time doing a whole lot of talking, so...
I mean,
do a whole lot of talking, so...
I mean, usually we keep irregulars unless they get, like, one of them gets killed or they get into a fight that they didn't want to get in a fight with and they just run off on their own or decide to...
Well, that's up to the GM. If the GM says, well, they've decided to peace out now that we've come here and make you re-roll, then you re-roll.
Right, but he hasn't said that.
He did.
I was considering it, but I realized that you guys
literally,
have
Griffin said, maybe we should roll that, and he said, if you decide to get rid of them.
Yeah, at this point, and the reason I said that specifically is because you guys do the work and put in a lot of effort to make these, figure out these NPCs and their classes and their races and all of that nonsense. So if you had done all of that work last session and none of it really ended up coming into play, then it's kind of a moot point to re-roll it now. Well, I guess you could just reuse the stats that you already have based on how much you roll. So yeah, let's do it. Let's roll. And if you get more, then you get more. And if you get less, then you just pick which ones you want to hold on to.
That's mine and gossip.
I believe so.
Hold on.
I really should raise
I think it's
those.
just suddenly frozen. So I just be rolling the same thing I rolled before, since my intent is to keep all the people that I already have?
Yeah.
God, what did I roll before? This is not a loophole that I expected I was going to have to jump through today.
Well, that's going on, Doctor.
Yes.
Sicurio, who you'll recall, is the wizened old gray fox. Who's going to approach you.
Yes,
and
traveling companion.
Traveling companion, yes. I mean, traveling companion up to Harmony, but he seems like, since the trial, he's changed his tune somewhat. He has soured on the prospect of devoting his remaining days to religious pursuits. The behavior of the abbot has kind of... Yeah. He says that this man has no honor and is not something that he wants to pursue. So he's wondering where your next... where your next adventure lies, because he says that he feels like he still owes you somewhat. If you guys saved him from a dangerous situation, if you find yourselves in another dangerous situation, perhaps he can repay the favor.
Well, I hope it's just a safe journey this time. We're merely going to Shalon Sasaldre. And if there's anything you could possibly want, it would have to be in a large city as that. So I don't see why we shouldn't continue traveling together then.
All right. It was your idea, not mine, he says. But yes, Shalon, haven't been there in quite some time, so it would be nice to...
And I believe the last time I was there, I remember going to a couple of very fun parties. I wonder if maybe those locations are still going.
I mean,
one arm around him, just go like, let me tell you about this one time.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he's quite... Okay, so yes, he's 100% on board. Colette, well, she admits that she's getting quite tired of being held as a hostage for political reasons, but she doesn't seem interested at all in heading to Shalon. Has some friends here in Harmony. She wants to stay in Harmony for the time being. She asks you how long you guys think you will be away, because she intends to come with you should you head to Phelon.
Well, if I have this right, it's a week's journey to get there, I think.
That
We
looks
cross
about
like
right.
6 lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, assuming no one tries to murder us.
Yep. We'll say it's like 5 days there, 5 days back. So you're looking at At least 10 days, not counting the time you want to spend in Shalon.
Mhm.
+3 irregulars. Okay, so Adris got even more dudes.
Real quick, how many leagues in a day of foot
Should be
travel?
one league per day of foot travel. Sicurio is not the most nimble of dudes, but he can keep up. But if you guys get chased by bandits, it's probably not going to go well if you've got him, unless you guys plan to take a wagon.
Well, I don't have any money. Don't ask me.
I have money, and I assume that's a problem that's soon to be rectified.
I mean,
oh yes, you just took in all of your recent money. Let's see what you can do
Yeah.
with it.
I mean, you have title, so you can purchase on credit. So yeah, no, we can get a wagon. We can go on foot. I'm ready whenever.
I will say you can't accuse Connor of not of hoarding his wealth. That is one thing. I think you have used that gift as soon as it has come up pretty much since the beginning of the adventure.
He has
which
wealth
is a
and
good thing.
nobility. He is a
Yeah.
proper sponsor.
Yeah. Wheeling and dealing. Okay, then. So the trip to Shalon Sasaldra, you tapping wealth or to get a wagon? Or are you paying for a wagon out of pocket? Wouldn't be much to get a cart and a pack animal.
I still know how to drive.
How much would it be to, let me see.
Well, you could just tap your wealth. I mean, to make this go fast, you could just tap your wealth and say that, you agree to buy this with a patent and a lien on it. And you expect to sell it back later. I mean, that's the purpose of the gift of wealth. So you just hand wave over this crap.
All right, I'm just looking for my wealth kit to see if it's been tapped yet. I think we tapped it to pay the doctor and you. Yeah, it looks
Well,
like it's already tapped.
we're not on salary. We're not on retainer. I haven't signed any contract. I could leave any day now. Look at that beautiful, glorious sky.
I do believe last session, you and the doctor got paid.
Well, yeah, but we're not on salary. We got paid because we
because he owed you money that he told you he would give you.
Yeah.
I made a bill.
Oh well.
Yeah, I mean the doctor has got salary.
Oh, wait,
This is a job.
Wait, you've been invoicing this whole time? Crap!
Yeah.
What, you have been charging retainer fees?
I'm a strictly cash hand over fist business.
I guess you are essentially just waiting for work to occur.
Wait, why are you invoicing stuff? I thought you were all about charity and lack of worldliness.
Well, some of that charity has to be sponsored from somewhere. And what better way to get charity than to milk the local lord who I have favor with? Sir Connor, you are certainly going to go to the light once it's finally your time. You've done more good for the world funding me than you ever have.
I just love the idea that the frown is slowly falling off his face. As suddenly, I'm learning more about the world. It's real.
You guys made Red have to get up.
Yep.
Yes, I killed him.
That was my line. You found it.
A carriage is 4 dinar a day.
If you're renting, so to get there and back, that would be 40. It would be cheaper just to buy a cart. You find a seller that'll sell you a cart plus a courser for 35 denarii.
I'm just imagining that. Huh, so, entire, southeastern landscape's torn by war, huh? Yeah, sure, I'll sell you my cart.
Oh, he's just willing to sell it. All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
technically, it might be cheaper to buy it now than to.
Yeah, so we get a good deal.
Perfect.
We've got our own.
Yeah, we
Your
have
own
conveyance
driver.
again.
And I'm
Yeah.
paying with that out of actual cash because, as I said, I already spent the wealth gift.
Nice.
Mhm.
This is why it matters to me. I understand the need sometimes to hand wave these things, but I'm the kind of guy who gets irritated by just the enormous wealth that PCs accumulate without any thought to spending. And so,
Well, I
yes.
think about it, but I didn't spend points on nobility and wealth.
Yeah. So, I don't think we go too crunchy, but I do like that we simulate this travel time and living expenses and
Yeah,
things
this
like
was
that.
a bigger issue when we were in the West and didn't have access to this community. All right. Well,
Also, now that I have GM access, I've finally done what has been bothering me this entire time. I've set the scale properly.
Wow.
It is
Well,
now 42 leagues is 42 leagues, according to the scale here.
yeah.
thank the
Good.
light
So,
for you,
Uh,
You can
Griff.
now measure at will.
that's 6 days, assuming good roads, good weather, and I'm looking at the map, and we really have none of those. So,
If I had known, I would have. It just never crossed my mind. I know you guys have complained about it in the
It takes
past
a
too.
tiny bit of math. That's so I did it. That's
Yeah.
all I needed to do.
Well, thank you.
well, one square is roughly one ideal
Yeah,
day.
that could be like 4 or 5 days, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we have to go through war-torn bad roads before we get to a good road.
Also true. So yeah, that might have extended the extra day.
So, fortunately, it's all downhill.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are going
There you
closer
go.
to water, yeah.
Well, I said downhill, but that way this is Abertois domain, so it's downhill for like the first half day,
Yeah. Then it's just
and
relatively
then we were in
flat.
the flattest land ever.
Okay. Well, let's move you guys down along here. Boop doo. To front, please. Thank you. That's just okay. It's just nice. So you guys are have traveled for a couple of days with your entourage. Sicurio is jovial enough, but if he walks for too long, he gets a little bit cranky. So he's currently on the cart. You are coming up along the flat plains. You can see in the distance what looks to be a collection of tents. You've seen many such outposts on your travels around here. They are basically staging areas where the avoirdupois soldiers will stop on their way to the front line, or perhaps returning from the front line. And as you come across this, you hear a sound of a screech. It sounds like it's coming from a bird, perhaps a crow, but it is much deeper, and it has a piercing quality to it that makes it otherworldly. In fact, you've heard similar things before, and you can see that circling over this encampment are black figures flying in lazy circles. And as you draw close, you can hear the clamor of armor and of crossbows being loosed as well. It seems that this outpost is in the process of being raided by the goblins. However, you're far enough away that you have not drawn any attention to yourselves. Do you want to press on?
I suppose it makes sense that they would be around Lake Abe, considering that we encountered them on the opposite side before.
Mm-hmm. I was actually going to ask, because I myself have lost track, and we've doodled on this map and cleared it so many times now. Do you guys remember where the Children of the Shade were located?
I think it was the opposite side of the lake where I just made this.
Got it. The Devil's Barrow, I think.
I'll just go ahead and remove those marks. I'm just like personally keeping some mental notes.
No, that'd be good.
But yes, it does sound as if the war has actually reached the inner territories now. Though, of course, given that they've taken to flight, they could be anywhere they wish.
Yeah, this is scary. But
Um,
I know no fear, so it's like, wow.
right. I suppose, Sir Connor, you do have some duty to at least appraise the situation.
Yes, very likely I should help these people.
And of course, I will be here for once they are all beaten and bloodied, and bring them back to health. Did you know I could cheat the light by getting 22 heals a day?
Oh yes, all right. There was some discussion about this in the chat.
I'm not
about,
doing that, but
Well,
I like the
gonna put
idea
my
of an
foot down.
in-character thought of I could cheat the light.
I could cheat the light. It's like this is just like a battery. No,
I mean, you wouldn't obviously think you were cheating the light. You would think you've got the blessing of the light. Hell, I can heal better than anybody else.
The light clearly intended me to work constantly around the clock for 3 hours.
yeah. So this was
If it wasn't the way it was intended, it wouldn't have been written this way in the holy book.
right. This is because there's a holy hour or a period of the day that while you pray within that to recharge that gift, right? You're supposed to pray
We
within that period.
pray once, recharge once, done, and that's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right. It kind of makes it a once a day thing.
Yeah, it is a once a day thing.
Right.
By the spirit
Okay.
of the rules.
By the spirit.
That's why I have
not the letter.
medicine.
Right. You've
And I
got
can
enough.
still pray for
backup.
them anyway.
Okay, so I got distracted by all of that. So you guys deciding to wait for the outcome of this battle and heal the wounded, or are you charging in and helping?
I think Connor would be at least one to charge in and try to help.
I would be remiss to let you go unaided.
But we don't have a war wagon, we just have a wagon. Also, there's the matter of our other nobleman and his entourage.
But we are both capable leaders, and of course, Sir Connor is a tactician.
Well, do you want me to stay here with the wagon, or like who's staying here with the wagon?
I'm sure you can fulfill that role quite well.
Yeah, I guess we'll stay back and defend the wagon with Anushka.
Right, and we have plenty of people to protect it with you. So you can keep a handle on them.
I'll need to tell you what happens with them, so I'll come with you guys.
Okay. Let's
In that
off the old
case,
map
when
here.
we go, Potter will stay back with Adris to protect him.
What did you roll on the regulars?
I got all 3 of my dice came up successes.
And you had 3 guys before, or?
I did, so now I have 4.
Nah, right. So who's the new guy?
He is Mary Louis. Mary
Mary?
Merry.
Happy Louis. Louis.
Oh.
No, Mary means you have no obligations. So he's like Robin Hood's merry man.
Oh, I heard Mary and thought
Is that what that's
Mary.
I spelled it.
Mary. When we make merry, it's like we have no jobs. You know, we have nothing. Nothing's required of us. We are merry. That's what just mean jobless.
So even though he's a crusader, he's
Fascinating.
a slacker.
Could also mean he's a bastard.
You learn something new every
He
day.
has no family obligations. He's a bastard. But this is my reminder that any adjective in front of your name in the random generator is an insult.
No, some of them are noble.
We've established that.
Some of them are sir. Sir is in there.
Those are titles. The titles like sir and father are okay, but if it says something like good old artful, was it Artful Al?
Artful Alan.
Yeah, Artful Alan. Thought he was a ladies' man.
Oh, poor Artful Alan. The most failed of all my NPCs.
Hey, we got him out of jail. So
yeah. For anyone who has GM privilege, I just moved us over to Forest 1, the map. Be nice.
No, I just rejoined as player. I'm not going to use it.
Gotcha. Well, appreciate it. I know we got a lot of those around, so
that's the forest, all right.
Just in case. Okay. So what I'm doing here is throwing out some beast tokens, which are representing our goblins. And I'm gonna ask that you use your imagination to fill in the blanks here, but they're circling over an encampment. They're not very high. They're within easy javelin chucking range, and they seem to be swooping low, using these javelins to skewer their victims. Their victims are the heavily armed and armored of Wordapwa soldiers who are scrambling to ready their crossbows and are fruitlessly firing bolt after bolt into the sky at these goblin beasts. So it sounded like the doctor was going, and so was Anushka. Connor and Adra said they're staying back, right?
No, Connor's staying. Connor's coming with Potter, staying back.
Potter staying back. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm part of the
So
Baby
I'll
Steps
need
Club.
4 regulars.
So
can do.
just drag yourself out.
I turned the grid off prematurely. Here's some irregular tokens. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Acha. Okay. And while we look at this, let me see if I can pull up some tents from the web. Okay, suddenly it's an encampment. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's got their tokens out. I know, right?
Except,
Improv.
why are a lot of these tents are facing east to west, but one of them is facing north to south, and that's weirding me out, man.
Mhm.
You see, the commander instructed that every soldier needs to have the maximum amount of sunlight while inside their tent. And so now it doesn't matter which way you go out, you're going to get blinded by the sun. It's great.
See, you assume that this map is oriented north, south, east, west, but
So the commander wishes to be blinded.
Nah, I guess it's just based on my compass privilege.
I am behind the doctor.
I guess you all found out that the vicious rumors spread about me were true. I am northist.
Since we know we're heading towards a fight ahead of time, while you're still doing this, Anushka, I will go ahead and choose to bless you ahead of time with, sorry, I keep forgetting the name, Flesh Ward. Here we go.
Well, we gotta wait till the fight starts, because it'll wear off.
It's about 8 minutes.
Yes, which means it'll wear off before the fight starts.
Okay, so we'll wait until the fight starts then.
I mean, it's per scene, so when the next scene starts. We used to say per scene, and then people got upset saying, well, I don't know what a scene is. I don't know what a story beat is. So we start putting the exact minutes, and then we get the opposite problem. Everyone's saying, like, oh, now we go.
Yeah. No, I think that's smart. It's because, sometimes it's hard to tell because a scene could be 2 hours long, I guess. But it's just like, well, it's
we
one.
can find scene in another part of the but yeah, people don't read. No, but no, we discourage people putting buffs on there. We want to avoid the D&D problem of where the wall falls down and there's 8 invisible hasted minotaurs.
Right. Though at least this is the only buff that comes to mind right now.
Yeah, no, just wait till the fight starts.
Okay.
It's good etiquette to wait until the fight starts. Right.
Well, okay. These guys are already combat ready, but they're already engaged in attacks. So we're gonna let you guys. Sorry, they still roll?
No, I said they wrote, as in you can rote your initiative.
Yeah.
So they just start with weapons out. It's a question of whether we start with focus or not.
Exactly.
I think
And
I'll
to
roll
answer
because
that
I have a
question-
chance.
I'm going to roll because I'm fast as hell.
I have 2. I believe that's actually focus, isn't it?
I also have start with the focus. Now, if you want to flesh word me, now's the time to do it.
All my irregulars will rote.
Actually, yeah, I will go ahead and expend my focus to
But
just
I'm
give
also
you it.
thinking you probably shouldn't flesh word me. You should flesh word the irregulars.
Ah, right, yeah, because they're likelier to die. But you're so squishy.
Yeah.
Yeah, irregular closest to battle. Congratulations, you will acquire Flesh Ward. Would you like to make a conversion and become pious? Oh, cool, they're getting nothing. Roll target will, which I believe is a d6. They could get 2. Hey, they get 2 points of Flesh Ward, and
2
not
points
because of me.
Yeah, damage free. I'm gonna stride and focus. I'm done. I'm here to observe.
I can't control the regulars, so there's
Hold
that.
on. I got this.
I mean, we could put Theta in charge of the irregulars. He's pretty good at that.
Now I'm giving him control of his people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
The irregulars. I thought that these tokens
No, I just gave him to him.
defaulted
He
to.
should have control of him now.
Yeah, I thought they defaulted to being controlled by everybody, but at some point, I guess that doesn't work anymore.
Could have been when we switched
Okay.
campaigns.
Yeah, it could have been. Probably. There we go.
Say no, the bottom half of my own character
Beyond.
sheet's filled up with my irregulars. I wouldn't want to control somebody else's irregulars and try to remember that shit too.
Yeah.
I got little mini stat blocks at the bottom of mine, which are underneath Winter, by the way. Another character I'm already.
Right. Okay. Well, you guys. Okay, so the as you draw near, you see the black feathers streaked with sunlight as they wheel, looking for their opportunities, and you almost feel the gaze of one of these goblins lock onto you. It lets out a scream and peels away from the its friend's attacks. We're actually going to give these guys some hurts, some injuries, because they've been doing this for a bit and they're not looking too hot. Okay. And yeah, he's going to peel off, swoop down, and hurl a spear at the one flying character in the area. Anushka. Let's see. Thrown javelin at short. D10, 2d8.
Hold on. I need to punish you for your impudence. I have focus.
Oh, yes, you do.
So as you run up and get to, how far away are you?
Let's find out. I'm sorry, I'm measuring from the wrong dude.
Okay.
5 meters, and we'll say that you're close enough to the ground that it doesn't matter. The height doesn't matter.
Well, I'm on the ground.
I mean, my guy, close enough to the ground. So we'll just say 5 meters.
You're a goblin? Yeah, no.
Goblin.
In the height, when you're shooting down, height doesn't matter. Only when you're shooting up.
Right.
But yeah, no. I'm gonna nip this in the bud. All right, I'm gonna tap my focus. I will shoot you. My gun goes off. I will tap rapid aim so I can aim when I shoot you.
Okay.
You are dodging 11s.
Damn. Well, I can't
You're going
actually
to
do
be afraid.
that. They got a pretty good dodge. 3d8 with shields cover.
I know.
But that's not
going
to really help them
flies
here.
up. Down to kill you. Wow.
They could roll ones.
Yeah, they didn't though. Okay.
Yeah, take a 6-point shot to the face, buddy.
Yikes. Owie. Okay.
I brought guns, and I actually rolled 2 successes for a change, which I never do.
3d8 to soak. That's a hearty soak.
Wow, you'll survive! Holy crap!
Survive the shot.
So he's hurt,
Okay.
afraid, injured, and reeling, and that negates his attack, and I'm done. I'm no longer focused. But it's like they just fly. Like, oh, I'm just here to observe. Rock! Wham! Well,
Yep.
I observed the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, but the heads of the other goblins snap around. You have drawn their ire. Let's see.
Hello!
Okay, I think these guys are going to use their flight to move higher in the air. So we'll say they're all at short range above the ground, and they're going to guard. So they're moving and guarding, but they're sort of moving up. Oh wait,
Yeah,
I actually have
that's
a macro now.
Right, and then they drift a bit.
Yeah, and then you roll their body die, and they drift that much.
Did that not
which is
work?
an 8d8, so they'll drift another 8.
Yeah, guard.
Including Stunned Boy.
One more for him. Wow, that's a lot of drifting. Rolling
They're
very high
huge,
today.
Means they drift a lot. There's a reason I haven't been buying up my body.
I'm getting that really
It's
irritating
always leg
glitch
day for
now.
Nushka. What's
Yeah,
the glitch?
okay. Just that I can't read the numbers when I'm zoomed out to a certain degree. But yeah, we're going to have these guys. I can see them now. 6, 7, 8.
Oh, you mean on the middle of the token?
Yeah. I think this is 7. And
Yeah, when I grabbed tokens for my irregulars, I just picked all 1. That way, 1 is my irregular.
yeah. Oh no, that's not the problem. The problem that I'm having is when I'm using the measuring tool. Actually, the measuring tool is fine. When I'm move measuring, there's these weird little artifacts. In fact, you know what? They're not artifacts. They're the scaling handles for the icon block the number at certain scales of zoom. But it's not even worth complaining about. It's just me being crotchety. Okay, yeah, that's the end of my goblins' actions then. These guys are just going to hide and recover from fear in the tent. And they're going to guard as well. Not sure what exactly is happening. Back to you all. Guard.
Rise again, guys.
Guard. There we go.
All right. Well, Larimar here is going to aim and shoot with a sling. Slings are one-handed weapons, so he's also going to have a shield ready.
Good thinking. Okay. These guys are at short range up right now. So he'll take a d8 range, and dodging 3d8s becomes 4d8. All the d8s.
Wait, which one?
I assumed he was attacking this guy, right?
Because that guy's guarding too.
Yeah, he's also guarding, which means a d12.
I mean, is he a veteran?
Yep.
Okay.
They've got veteran. I'm comfortable with these rolls today. Respectable. Okay. My goblin corkscrews through the air around the sling bullet.
All right. Now it's Anton's turn. Against
Beautiful, Anton. How is beautiful a slur?
Well, there's too many pox-ridden so-and-sos, so they just called him beautiful.
I know.
Yeah,
We're saying
How is
they're always
pious
bad.
a bad thing?
How could beautiful be a bad thing?
I mean, you gotta remember, these all came from the Ironclaw.
Oh, no, I made
thing.
these up myself.
Oh, okay. That's right.
okay.
You don't have access to the button. Why would I say that?
Yeah, so he made up that he's beautiful.
Yeah, okay. I could have sworn pious was one of them, but okay.
So we can be sure that he really is just beautiful. He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it could
By
be
medieval
sarcastic.
standards,
Yeah,
perhaps.
sarcastic.
No medieval
nickname.
standard. He doesn't have that many foils.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, that was a tangent. So, Connor, you're doing another shot.
On the injured one.
Did
On
you
the
roll your
injured
bonus
one.
D8 for reeling?
Oh, no.
Right. So you'll want to do that.
I feel like my real calling is I should wander around to tabletop tables while people are playing, correct them.
And
when
just
they're
referee.
like Magic the Gathering ref.
This
There you go.
is damage +1.
It looks like I see 2 going through, or 1 going through, so for 2 damage, and then that becomes 4 damage because of the hurt and injured. These guys have an impressive soak. Let's see what happens. 3d8.
Yeah, the goblins are nothing to sneeze
Okay.
at, and these are the low-level goblins.
These are the little guys. So this bullet finds its mark in the goblin, but does not slow it down any. Yeah, no
Well,
change.
that guy, he's got to recover from reeling, and then are these guys flying fighters?
Let's see. I believe they are flying fighter. Yes.
Yeah. So he recovers from reeling, recharges flying fighter so he can stay in the air, and then he gets 1 more action.
Yeah. Well, it's not their turn. We're still our regulars are attacking, but he will.
Oh,
on his
good. Yes, kill.
And Mary
that was
is
beautiful,
going
Anton.
to focus fire on the same one.
All right. Okay. Not bad. That looks like 2 shots went through. +1 you said, so that's 3 damage, becomes 5 damage, and he's only soaking 3. And he only soaks 2, which means 3 hits. I don't think that puts him at dying yet, unless I calculated
it's
wrong.
Four is the threshold. 4 is the unlucky number.
Yeah. I think he's still up.
Yeah.
I'll recount.
Misclick. That was a misclick.
Gotcha. Okay, so another bullet thuds into this thing's chest, but yeah, not enough to put him down.
All right. Time for Jacques to make the telling blow.
Okay. You are getting these high rolls. All right, the 8 screens out everything but the 11. So that's 2. Once again, goes to 4. Here's the soak. And soak brings it back down to 2. So still no change. So this guy just gets pelted by bullets, by these sling bullets, but doesn't seem to notice. Still trying to regain his aerial footing.
All right. Now let's have Connor move here, guard, and rally the doctor.